Wow. Well, welcome to Troy Planning Commission meeting for Wednesday, July 28th. Please call the roll.
Mr. Westmeyer.
Here.
Mr. McGarry.
Here.
Mayor.
Here.
Mr. Wolke.
Here.
Mrs. Early.
Here.
Mr. Titterington.
Here.
Mr. Cappers.
Here.
All members are present.
Okay, there have been disseminated to us the minutes of our meeting on July 14th. Are there any corrections, additions, or deletions to those minutes?
Move for approval.
Motion to approve. Is there support for the motion?
I support.
Please call the roll. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It stands approved. Thank you. First matter on the agenda is Historic District application for 210 South Market Street for a wall sign. Staff's report, please.
Yes, Bruce Haas with Haas Signs has submitted on behalf of Caliber Home Loans a sign request, which is 6 square feet at 210 South Market Street. This would be the south end tenant space. The sign is described as a cast aluminum plaque, brushed aluminum finished letters, and a Dordonic bronze background. There's a picture enclosed, what it looks like, as well as the location. And staff does recommend approval.
Any questions from commission to staff?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Is there support for the motion?
I'll second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Mr. McGarry.
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes.
Mr. Wolke.
Yes.
Mrs. Early.
Yes.
Mr. Titterington.
Yes.
Mr. Cappers.
Yes.
Mr. Westmeyer.
Yes.
Approved.
Okay, next we have a Historic District application for 224 and 226 South Market Street. Does staff have a report?
Yes, we do. The owner, Innisfree LLC, Aaron Twiss, and also the applicant, Mike Twiss with NT Studio Level and B, have applied for historic review for both 224 and 226. There is a OHI form on this property. It's not listed on the National Register. And I'll just go through the items. I did page number these with pictures so you can follow along. The first item I have here is the requesting the replacement of the front doors, both at 224 and 226 South Market Street. The 226 entrance, this would be the further south end of the two entrances. Changed from 1980s black aluminum commercial storefront to approximately 11.3 to 8-foot door entry system, which includes 3 panel columns with a combination of solid wood and clear glass. There's a picture of that. And then 224, that was also a black aluminum commercial storefront. They replaced like with like for the most part, except the location of the door and the side lights. The one that they have in front of you is the doors placed in the center with lights, side lights on each side of the door, primary door. 2, they have 2 sconces at 224 South Market Street. In the packet, I had replaced it just now with the correct lighting fixture. It was just slightly bigger and higher, but mostly the same size. And that would locate, again, at the front of 224, where you see the picture on page 6. They are removing the flagpole on 224, as well as 2 projecting sign brackets that were on the wall. Those brackets were about 25 feet high, which is, they were grandfathered, but they lost that, so they removed that, and next Planning Commission will be seeing a new projecting sign at a height of 15 feet, which will be, of course, lower. Finally, or just about finally, number 4, and this one you may want to follow along on page 7. There's a picture of the before and then the after of 224. This will be the north elevation, and the windows there. There are, you'll see, after you get past the unpainted brick portion, those two windows, you get to what I call the painted brick area, the worst looking part of the building. They replaced those 6 windows. You can see the before and after. There's 2 smaller windows, or were the the one below that, the smaller one got bricked in due to ventilation needs. And then you'll see the 4 larger windows and window openings that got replaced. One of them was mostly bricked in with 2 smaller, like vinyl windows. Moving to the rear of the building on page 8, you'll see what was existing on the 2nd floor as well as on the 1st floor. And those were replaced with the windows they have there, with the one on the 2nd floor was fully bricked in. And then finally, they would like to repaint that area that I described on the north elevation. It was previously painted from that tan color to a carbonized color, which is essentially a gray. It's also shown in the picture in the south on the, I guess it'd be the north elevation rear. We also have
Talking about page 8.
page 8.
You're not requesting to paint the whole building?
Just that back area, and then what's called the north elevation, the previously painted brick area.
It all looks good in that new color.
Mr. Harris, I see that you denoted in some pictures the previous condition of the property, and then you have a current condition of the property.
Correct.
Now, this is coming before us on the historic district application, so it looks to me like it's already been done.
Fortunately, it has already been done, yes.
What would happen if we said, no, we don't like this? What action would be taken?
Well, hopefully I'd get some more details on what we don't like about it. I think we'd have to communicate that back to the applicant. You know.
Seems to me the applicant's taken quite a risk by putting this amount of money in it without having prior approval. Because I would imagine we could say, yeah, those windows, we don't like them, jerk them out, put the other ones back in, paint them.
Yeah, I don't know why there was advanced work done. Maybe they were confused on replacing like with like as a minor alteration that doesn't require a planning commission. Like there is on roofing, like asphalt roofing. But obviously these are windows, and you
Regardless of
could
that,
argue they're not like with like on some of those wood ones.
regardless of that, painting in the historic district still has to come before planning commission.
The one on the rear or side, yet they repaint that.
So the code does require that they have to, double the permit fee if they've done the work in advance, in addition to the possibility of having to either reverse or try again if we don't like it?
We have a fee for accessory permits and things like that that we could double, but there's no permits like that required on the historic application. It's a free application.
Okay.
Didn't we just have a house in the Southwest Historic District that painted and then came to the commission?
It happens every once in a while, doesn't it?
So,
Are you finished with your report, sir?
I am.
Any other questions of staff? I think we're going to make a recommendation one way or the other to council. Oh, we make the decision, I'm sorry, excuse me. Looking too far down the list. Commission will take any action on this matter.
I'll move to approve.
Second. Is there a motion and a second? Any further discussion?
Just for reference, is there a fine, or as you said, there's an extra fee, there's nothing else that we can remind them that they need to come in front of the planning commission?
That's the
Not
question.
currently in the code, no. Certainly something that the planning commission could, in the future, recommend that the council consider.
I do like what they did, I mean, but it's just,
They're lucky.
yeah,
Very.
okay.
Any other discussion? Please call the roll.
I'm sorry, I don't know who made the second.
The second was made by
Mr.
Mr. Wilkie.
Okay. Thank you. Mayor,
Yes.
Mr. Wolke,
Yes.
Mrs. Ehrlich,
Yes.
Mr. Titterington,
Yes.
Mr. Cappers.
Yes.
Mr. Westmeyer,
Yes.
Mr. McGarry.
Yes.
Approved.
When will staff review the historic district application issues? And I think the point is well taken, that perhaps there would be an additional fee or fine or something if they don't come forward prior to the improvements. Is that something you put on your calendar and look at for us?
Yes, so every year we review the fee schedule. I think we have that in the process now that we're going through for the entire city. So we can certainly look at adding that if that's the wish of the planning commission.
It may be something that you not only have to put on a fee schedule, but there might have to be some authority there in the regs also. I don't know.
Yeah, it would be altering our fee schedule regulations. Yep,
Yeah.
and then that way we could enforce it.
Thank you. Okay. Next matter on the agenda is the final plat approval for the Reserve of Washington subdivision, Section 2, and the dedication of right-of-way. Staff have a report.
But yes, we do, thank you. This is a review, as you stated, for the final plat and dedication of right-of-way. In 2019, the preliminary plan was approved by both Planning Commission and City Council. Essentially, this is just the second phase of the Reserve at Washington. It encompasses 14.3 acres with 24 building lots. It conforms to the general plan. It does require a dedication of right-of-way, which they have provided, 2.252 acres of street right-of-way and parkland. Fees in lieu of have been accepted by the Park Board and Planning Commission previously. Staff recommends that Planning Commission provide a positive recommendation to City Council to accept the proposed final plat and dedication of right-of-way as they are in conformance with the general approved preliminary plan. I will point out that this, if it is recommended to Planning Commission, it would not go before the Planning Commission until an escrow agreement is resolved, which I think we're working with the developer now to get that finalized.
You said it won't go before the planning commission. You mentioned
I'm sorry, it
City
won't go
Council.
to City Council, yes, before it's resolved, sorry. Thank you.
Let me ask you a question, if you don't mind. On the plat itself, down here at the bottom, there's this little, looks like a lane, you call it an open space storm sewer and drainage easement. Is it two different owners that own the properties, or that's still owned by Troy Land Development?
That would still be owned by Troy Land Development.
Okay.
I think it says it underneath, yeah, Troy Land Development Incorporated.
Any questions of staff?
So,
Hearing none, does the commission want to take any action?
Make a motion to recommend it to,
Positive recommendation?
positive recommendation, yes, please.
There's a motion to make a positive recommendation to City Council concerning this plat. Is there support? Support by Mr. McGarry. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Mr. Wolke,
Yes.
Mrs. Ehrlich,
Yes.
Mr. Titterington,
Yes.
Mr. Cappers.
Yes.
Mr. Westmeyer,
Yes.
Mr. McGarry.
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes.
Approved.
Staff have anything else to come before the commission today?
and nothing further, thank you.
Commission have anything?
Just to clarify, so you want the staff to work on something in the fee schedule and the regulations?
Well, I think that is something that we ought to take a look at.
Do you want it
This
to
is-
come back to you, to the planning commission?
If it requires city council approval, yeah, we'll make a recommendation one way or the other to go forward.
I think it would be fair, I mean, just in case we wouldn't have, it'd be good for us and then anybody that does painting or any
No
improvements.
argument,
'Cause
I just wanted
if we didn't like this, it would
to
have been.
make sure there was consensus to do that, so.
Well, one of the things that we'll have to consider is, and maybe it's something you don't consider, but I have a problem, and particularly in this case, about the level of expertise that they had and they should have known perhaps of these things, as opposed to somebody that owns a house in a Southwest Historic District and they're paying the front door.
Right.
Do we consider the fact that a fine can be waived in certain circumstances, or are we going to have a carte blanche, hey, it's going to be fine? So that's something that you guys want to.
Yeah,
We would want to consult with Grant on
That's
whether we
fine.
should exercise discretion or not.
Yeah, why don't you put that on the agenda too?
Okay, we'll do.
Thank you.
That's good.
Okay. All right, any other items from the commission? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
I'll second.
Motion second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We stand adjourned. Thank you.